strains of conflicts might come from. In a sister organization, for example, they focus on pastoral conflicts, so they gather, but we gather every information that could lead, because what is important in one member state might not be important to others. So we try to cover a whole range of data on almost everything.
The information is strictly sourced from what is referred to as open sources. This means publicly available information in media such as newspapers, television, and the internet.
Basically, in the morning, we try to read all the newspaper from each country, like maybe for Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Gambia, all the newspaper that we are on the line, basically between 9 and 10, we try to read it before our daily meeting. Each information can be a conflict in each country.
I don't leave my house without listening to BBC, VOA, Radio France, because it gives you the preliminary information.
Whatever information that is reported on EcoWarn is processed first at the 4 bureaus of the Early Warning Directorate. These bureaus, created by the mechanism establishing the early warning system, are located in a manner that they are within touching distance of areas they cover. The 15 member states have been grouped on the basis of proximity and language affinity. Thus, we have Zone 1 covering Cape Verde, the Gambia, Guinea-Bissau and Senegal, with zonal headquarters in Banjul. Zone 2 covers Burkina Faso, Côte d'Ivoire, Mali and Niger Republic and headquartered in Ouagadougou. Zone 3 is responsible for Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea and Ghana and is coordinated from Monrovia. Zone 4, with zonal headquarters in Cotonou, coordinates information flow from Nigeria, Benin Republic and Togo. At the zonal bureau, such as this one in Banjul, daily the data coming in from the focal persons is monitored and reviewed for first-line analysis.
Even traffic accident is a focal point who send it to me now. If traffic accident happen in a Cape Verde. In Dakar, you have a demonstration for peaceful. That all the incident report, I have it on my desk. What happened exactly now in Dakar, focal point, government side, and civil society send it to me on the net. And that one is only for zonal bureau, and the ECOWAS Commission can see it too. You see, if I have any kind of doubt or I want some confirmation, I just call them to see what happened exactly, how many people died. That one is incident report. Incident report is incident who came right now or few hours ago. If we found that information is very important and can be really a conflict, we make some analysis. It has a first type is a bureau for ECOWAS Commission. We analyze every problem can be a conflict. Is our first step is a bureau who make this analysis and send it to the ECOWAS Commission. Each problem who can be a conflict today on this zone, I think, because this bureau is there, ECOWAS authorities are aware about a different problem can be a conflict on this zone. And our main problem is to analyze each sector of our zone to see if some small problem can be a big conflict in our region. And I think that is good to our president of a commission and head of state knows about some problem can be a conflict on the ground.
At the Situation Room of the ECOWAS Commission headquarters in Abuja, the information coming from all the bureaus into EcoWarn gives analysts a holistic view of trends all over the region. So, a typical day at the headquarters begins with a review of these trends to ensure that nothing is missed. This provides the material for analysis by the team of analysts at the headquarters trained on the EcoWarn system.
Ben is a little bit worrisome. I'm sitting here not around that table because I'm trying to communicate with the head of the Zonal Bureau on a minute-to-minute basis.
The United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and other senior UN officials visited Liberia Wednesday, and then they expressed grave concern about the escalating fighting and then the mass population displacement from Cote d'Ivoire to Liberia.
I think it's the report we wrote that Onyi wrote yesterday. I think one of the recommendations would be to urge the political parties and to urge all the supporters to really let the elections, let Nigeria be an example when it comes to democracy, good governance, and free and fair play in the sub-region.
The early warning system, EcoWarn, is configured to process the data automatically and provide analysts with results.
There's a feature on the EcoWarn reporter that calls summaries, and these summaries try to get the statistical data that, by responding to these 66 indicators, we get to generate graphs to support exactly what you are doing. So here you can see a picture of some of the graphs. So this picture, as soon as you see this picture, it itself tells you the story, right? So if you are writing a report and you put in this is a very statistical distance. You can't manipulate it, you only generate it from the system as per the reports coming from a focal point. So once you do this and you add to the report that you are writing, nobody can actually question when you are saying that things are actually going from bad to worse. Nobody can question it because the statistical evidence is clearly there for one to see it by himself.
Automatically, it tells you the level of the risk because of the day in, day out, you are inputting data. And also it can tell you also when you double click, it tells you exactly which accident that made the graph to be higher.
Based on the data fed into EcoWarn, the Early Warning Department generates a diversity of reports as mandated by the mechanism.
We have daily highlights, situation, weekly situation report, monthly situation report, early warning report, incident reports, policy briefs, like countries that are in crisis.
We also have thematic reports. So for example, if you have, in the past we've had problems with challenges we still do have with drug trafficking. So we write reports based on that and we share with our sister directorates that is charged with drug trafficking, issues of humanitarian crisis. We do policy briefs on, country where we think something is about to happen or something has happened. We try to, build scenarios and propose action for different, we build scenarios, a worst case scenario, best case scenario, and what could actually happen with options for action. So which are also sent to the policymakers.
To ensure the integrity of the system, there are inbuilt controls.
It's a kind of a closed system. Not everybody has access to it, right? Very few people, members of the Early Warning Directorate, every staff of the Early Warning Directorate has an access. And we also have focal points, the 30 focal points that we have in the various countries, 2 from each country. We have the member state and we have the civil society. They have access with some few other, the president, the vice president, the commissioner for PAPS. They also have access to this system. Everybody has a limit where some of us can view, others can only input, then other administrators can view, edit, and do whatever they can with the system.
The introduction of the early warning system has enabled ECOWAS to remain on top of the situation